Across every village, every family, and every generation, stories have preserved courage, kindness, faith, and tonight's story reminds us that even the smallest act of generosity can become a blessing for many. Before we begin, remember to subscribe, like, and share so more timeless stories can continue inspiring hearts around the world. Now, let us journey to a forgotten valley, where one empty pot would become the greatest miracle an entire village had ever known.
Her name was Mama Amara, a woman known throughout the valley for her kindness, even though she owned almost nothing. Every morning, she greeted everyone with a smile, because she believed a kind heart was richer than a house full of gold.
But behind her smile was a hidden struggle. The pot she carried was empty, and hunger had slowly entered every home in the village. For many seasons, the clouds passed above the valley, but the rain never came. The fields turned brown, crops disappeared, and families began facing difficult days. Each sunset, the farmers returned home with empty baskets and silent hearts. And the busy marketplace grew quiet as every family searched for enough food to survive.
Mama Amara's greatest sorrow was seeing children smile through empty stomachs. She carried no food, yet she never arrived without comforting words. One little boy could not stop staring at the old clay pot beside her. He whispered, "Grandmother, why do you carry an empty pot every day?" An empty pot can still carry hope, my child. The children exchanged puzzled looks. None of them understood what she truly meant.
Just then, a cool breeze circled the old pot, as if carrying a forgotten secret.
May I rest here for a little while?
The traveler looked weary, yet his eyes held a quiet peace that no hardship could hide.
He bowed politely and said,
Peace be with you. I have walked far today.
Mama Amara welcomed him warmly, though she had nothing to offer except kindness.
The old traveler glanced at the cracked pot and smiled, as though he recognized its story.
This vessel has carried more than water through the years.
How could you know anything about my old pot?
The traveler smiled. Some stories are written on hearts, not on clay, he replied. Then he reached into his travel bag and drew out a tiny cloth bundle. Inside the bundle were only a few tiny seeds. The children looked at each other in surprise.
These few seeds cannot feed an entire village. A harvest never begins with a full basket. It begins with one faithful seed.
Then he said, "Tomorrow at sunrise, bring your empty pot to the village well."
Morning arrived. Mama Amara remembered every word the traveler had spoken. She carried the empty pot toward the village well, trusting what she could not yet understand. Curious neighbors quietly followed, wondering why an empty pot deserved such careful attention. She set the pot beside the well and waited, just as the traveler had instructed.
Moments later, the traveler arrived. The waiting crowd stepped aside and welcomed him with quiet respect. He smiled and asked, "How many of you still have even a handful of seeds at home?" One by one, hands rose. Almost every family had saved a few precious seeds.
Bring those seeds here. Together, they will become tomorrow's harvest.
An old farmer stepped forward first and poured his precious seeds into the empty pot. Soon another family shared their seeds, then another, until hope quietly replaced fear. Before long, the once empty pot held more seeds than anyone had imagined. The miracle was never the pot. It was always your willing hearts.
The traveler raised the pot and said, "These seeds are a promise, not a meal."
He pointed toward the fields. Our future begins there, not inside this pot.
I'll prepare the land. Who will join me?
Who will join me?
One volunteer became many. Soon, the whole village stood ready to work together. Together they entered the field, carrying hope with every determined step they took. The first strike broke the silence. Soon, every willing hand was turning hope into action.